He was choking. He was choking to try and count us in. That's funny. Hey, everybody, welcome to Nerd Talk. It's the all-boys show tonight.
I was taking a sip of my coffee, and I couldn't swallow it in time, so it came out like a tap.
Couldn't swallow.
Hey, you know what? Do me a favor for tonight. Put yourself up there.
No, I'm good.
Come on, put yourself up there.
No,
it's like Big Brother's watching.
The thing is, like, there will be a significant audio delay. It's the reason why I don't
care about that. So anyway, welcome to Nerd Talk. Yes, it's the all boys show. All boys. Because
all boys.
All of our girls. Deena's I think
three bald boys show.
I identify as an attack helicopter.
Bald is beautiful.
Did you assume my gender?
Dillon says he identifies as that's awesome. That's awesome. So tonight we've got a really it's a good show. We're going to talk about MegaCon.
Yes.
Still a little bit. We're going to just show some pictures. We're not going to roll some videos because we have a really killer interview that Michael.
Yes.
Michael.
And Deena.
And Deena did with Alex from Metrocon.
Which is coming up soon.
Which is coming up soon, absolutely. So we figured, you know what? We were able to get him in the studio because that dude he's busy, and we're gonna let you guys take that. But first, we want to say hi to Bree in San Fran, or really Oakland. It's not San Francisco.
Yeah, they moved.
But they say
I remember her talking
because no one would go to Oakland if they said it was the Oakland Comic Con.
Yes.
They're like, yeah, I'm not going to Oakland Comic Con. So a surprise! it's not San Francisco. But we want to say hi, Bree.
Miss you.
We miss you, honey. Anyway, so
I don't.
Hey, Kevin is in chat.
Wow, can you believe that he said that about Bree?
She's gonna hurt him
when she gets back, she is going to beat you like a red-headed stepchild.
I'm going to videotape it.
And we'll videotape it
for the show.
And then we'll put that on the show. Absolutely.
She's just going to fire back. I miss you either.
So let's show some pictures from MegaCon. Yeah, everybody knows Eddie from Ego Photography. He is the new photographer for WeBeam TV, Nerd Talk, Tech Warped, cosplay show.
I didn't grab too many because I want to send people over to Eddie's page specifically to look at them. But I have a few examples.
Hey, look, that Hunter Ginn guy's watching.
Oh, God.
No.
Oh, man. Did you hear about him?
Yeah.
I know.
He's going to E3.
Hey, I heard he missed the first day of E3, according to...
Oh, yeah. What was that post all about?
So, after we left the interview that day, Hunter's, like, laughing in the car, and he showed me the photo, and somebody screwed up and posted, first day went great. It was a packed attendance. What was everybody's favorite thing? Like... Interesting.
So they had all this stuff pre-made.
Yeah, and someone dropped the bomb and put the wrong date on it.
Edward Tyler says hello.
Hey. But, that's why we're live, right?
That's right, we're live. Absolutely.
Make that mistake, yes.
So,
that person don't have a job, I bet, no more.
No, I guarantee that well, I don't think they get fired, but I think they're like, they seriously, you get garbage duty.
They should have hired us to do their Twitter.
Yeah,
Wouldn't have happened.
They just yanked
all
of their privileges.
Yep, exactly. You're not doing it no more. So, but anyway, we're gonna start. I'm gonna start off on a somber note, and I know there's some people that follow this man,
I do.
But some people don't. I've been watching him since day one he was on TV. Yes. So Anthony Bourdain will be highly missed.
Yeah.
But if you go back and think about, like, I watched all of his shows, the Layover Show, the No Destiny, No Reservations, the whole 9 yards. But if you really watched him, you could see it written all over him.
Yeah. He said in an interview before his daughter was born 11 years ago, he wanted to die. He thought his life was over. He didn't care anymore. But when his daughter was born, he brought a new life to him.
It gave him a little
purpose.
But I don't think he ever came back from that truly, and that's sad because he's a talented dude, man. Yeah. But you could see it. I mean, I went back today when I had a chance. I went back and looked at some of the old episodes, and you can see in his eyes, it's just written all over his face that he was ready. He was done.
Depression's a tough thing to do.
It is, and I can't believe the people around him didn't see it. I mean, I watch him on television and I see it because he is just.
Well, it teaches you never to assume that successful show, has money, you know, all this.
Doesn't mean
that doesn't mean
happy and
anything.
you got perfect life.
Doesn't, you know, it doesn't mean anything if you don't have, you know, if you're not good.
Yep, exactly. And it's like the lady that made the purses. Now, you know, when they said who she was on TV, I'm like, I had no idea. Yeah, first of all, I don't buy purses. So, and it's
Hey, look who's in our chat. Alex.
Alex, that guy from that dresses up and does stuff during shows.
That was fantastic. Good job.
You're welcome.
Really summed up what he did there.
Actually, he is a very cool. And I tell you what, that gun. Oh, okay. I can't talk about it.
No,
because we're gonna show the. We'll
Yeah.
show the interview. We'll show the interview. Really cool, dude. Really cool.
I still want to get a sword and hang a sword up on the wall.
Yeah, man. I'm all about it. But anyway, back to Anthony Bourdain. He's going to be missed. I mean, that's going to be a hole
Yeah.
for Travel Channel and food.
Oh,
I mean, that's going to
absolutely.
be a hole because that was an absolutely phenomenal show. I mean, he did it well. He wrote it well.
I don't think they could get anybody else to do this show. If they did, it won't be the same.
Not like him. No.
And one
So-
thing I noticed about his show, that man could drink.
He could, couldn't he?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And you could tell the
next
where the
morning.
next day he was like he was working through that hangover. Yeah, but you know what? That's a professional for you. I'm going to this guy Eddie. I don't know who he is. But anyway, so start off on a somber note. He will be missed. We're sorry he's not going to be around anymore. Our prayers and a somber sight goes out to his family because it's going to be that's a big loss. But so on another hand, we'll show some of Eddie's photos,
From MegaCon.
from
There you go.
MegaCon, and from this year, right? This is
Yes.
the one we pulled from this year, right?
Yeah. This
is
from
what
last month.
pulled up on
This
Facebook,
is
so-
probably one of my favorites.
Yes.
Peggy.
And we know
Peggy.
her.
Oh, you do
Yeah,
you
she's
guys
a good
do,
friend of mine. And introduced her to Eddie. You met her at Hallmark.
Hallmark, this one we met, yes.
very, very good. And just keep rolling them, Dylan. Let's see if we all know
Oh,
them.
you don't say.
You really don't say? You don't say. Now,
No, wonder who
that's
that
our
is.
man
I don't know
right
who
there.
that is.
That's a man's man.
He's the man. He's the man.
Cecil
So
Grimes.
Some
I like him.
blunt head trauma. Oh, and then of course I had to grab this one especially. This one's for Dad.
Why do you guys do this to me?
Thank you.
I scrolled down
Reap
a ton for
E.
that one
Creepy.
specifically.
Yes.
A lot more obviously can be found on. I have a few more, but I've got to size them a little differently. I realized. But you can find more of these on Ego Photography Tampa on Facebook.
So what is that?
Yeah.
www.ego.
It's Facebook, so no.
Oh, it's Facebook.
Facebook.com, Ego Photography.
Tampa.
You'll find it there.
And it's like a few of these I've got to resize a little more than I thought I did.
Oh, okay. So, so you know what? I tell you what. While he's doing that, let's go ahead and play. Let's do your video first because I'm interested in this Rainbow Six.
Oh, yeah. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege has come out with another operation, and I cover it in this short video I made here. Hey everybody, Sid here from Nerd Talk, and I'm here to talk to you about the new Rainbow Six Siege operation, Operation Para Bellum, or Para Marinara, whatever you want to call it. Point being, we are in Italy. The Italian operators have finally come out. We have Alibi and Maestro. Now, real quick, I want to go over their guns first. Real quick, Alibi, SMG, shotgun. Pretty straightforward. We'll go into that later. My personal favorite is the 410 Magnum shotgun that they have. You're going to see right here, as I use shotguns, as most people do for Siege, and clear out walls. It doesn't do a great job, but it comes in a pinch to kind of just make me laugh. And, I love it a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. It's got crazy, stupid recoil, and it's not very good, but it's there for memes. Now onto her ability, the part we're all wondering about. She throws holograms. The holograms are kind of neat. They mimic her base form, so if you're having add-ons, shit like that, it doesn't work for you. But it's quick in a pinch to trick enemies when they're pre-firing corners, or on reaction, they don't notice it's the real one. Now, you can do some really funny stuff with that by walking onto it. Another thing, when they shoot them, as you can see a little marker there that I'm aiming at, that marks them, gives me their real-time location over the course of 5 seconds. So, it gives 5 quick bursts. You see me pre-fire and think it was there, but because, as I said, she's a 3-speed, I'm running them down. I'm just going to chase you down, get the kill, and we're good to go. So, the other secondary they have options, you both, Maestro and her, have that, is the AA-12, or I think it's the A1S6, or something like that. It's the AA-12. It's a fully automatic 30-round shotgun. Like, what more is not to... What more do you want? It's got stupid, crazy recoil. It knocks you way the hell up. I don't know. I don't like it very much, but I think it's funny as all hell. So, just real quick, I have a real showcase of what she can do. So, as you can see, we're in the prep phase, or the prep we just ended. We're rushing around, trying to figure out our locations and whatnot. I've got someone here, and I decide, can I trick them? So, I decide to play a game of which is the real one, put my 2 clones down, and stood still. And the funny thing is, he falls for it. Doesn't realize which one's the real one right away. I pop him, take him out. Now, here's the thing. So real quick, I'm just showing you the setup I had. They were all just aiming straight forward, but we were all aiming in the same direction. So in a pinch, he had to quickly decide which one is the real one. Obviously, in a first-person shooter, choosing the wrong one can take your life very quickly, because that means there's 2 other options that can possibly kill you. So he chose wrong by panicking, so I decided to switch it up. I moved my location and then waited again. Now, granted, this one yielded a lot less results. I was actually a little disappointed that I didn't get anybody with this one, but I showed the resilience to just stand there and wait. You know, you're pulling some Naruto stuff. You got the Shadow Clone Jutsu coming in. I'm ignoring the explosions. Nope, can't give myself away. Gotta keep my clones legitimate. And I realized that the last 2 are over to my right, so I decided to take up one of those just in case I needed it and get into a nice little pre-fire burst here with Fuse. Now, her SMG, as you can see, has very little recoil, and the thing is, there's a little bit of recoil, obviously, but it's very controllable, which is kind of why I like it. So, on to Maestro. Maestro's got an LG with an ACOG. It's nasty. A lot of recoil, so honestly, I don't recommend the ACOG myself, but for the people who can control recoil a lot better than I can, then by all means have a ball with it. His ability is the Evil Eye cameras. He slaps down cameras on just about any surface, and that he gets an indestructible camera that he can rotate a good amount of degrees. He's got basically 270 degrees around the camera, so he's got a lot of vision. Here I'm just kind of showcasing off how many different places you can put it on. Of course, I'm using the 410 shotgun pistol again because I think it's freaking hilarious. It's great for taking out drones, but here we're going to kind of go into the cameras. So this is what you see from the camera's point of view as you're sitting there. So you've got a nice scan, you can scan people, you've got good mobility, and I've got 2 of these bad boys, so I can swap and see my allies. I can also watch multiple choke points. I see someone's busting in the door there, so I'm kind of watching out. So that glass lens, that line going down the middle that you see there, that allows me to open that up and fire a small laser beam. The small laser beam deals a good amount of damage to enemies, I should say. But more importantly, you're just kind of using it to scan. That right there is bulletproof. So now I can't be destroyed by I can't be destroyed by bullets or melees. It has to be explosions or Sledge's hammer specifically, because you know it's Sledge. You have to have out the year 1 operators a little, or not, you know, the OGs a little bit. So heading in my corner, right back onto the cam. I hear Fuse just in a moment, maybe. Yep, there it goes, and kaboom. And I've got a indestructible camera that they now can't deal with. Now they're trying to wait for me to open it up, pop them with it, but I'm quickly running out of allies, so I'm kind of just sitting in it, being petrified, really. I'm trying to get my teammate to come over and assist me, but it doesn't seem like he's going to be doing that. But these cameras are a great intel source, and the thing is your allies can operate these too, so if I had a little more communication with my team... Oh, by the way, here's the laser. Boop! Now, while that was open, that you see that shutter closed in front of when that shutter is open, they can deal damage and destroy that camera very quickly. But while I'm keeping it closed, they can't. So I was able to destroy drones, equipment, other stuff like that. This room wasn't very good for Maestro, I noticed, and he definitely struggled a lot with it. Anyway, that's all for this. I really hope to see more gameplay. If you want, you can check out my Twitch stream, Twitch TV/Sidokens, or you can go onto YouTube and see funny montages and whatnot of these heroes in action later this week. I'll see you guys, and for now, it's back to the studio.
So that actually looked very fun. That looked fun.
Yes.
Okay, so when did this Para Bellum drop?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
It came out yesterday at like 2 o'clock, so that was all fresh footage of the game of this change going on. So that's why you left work early yesterday. I didn't leave work early.
Play the game.
I didn't leave as late as you guys did.
That's true. No, we left at the same time yesterday. It was kind of cool. So, what's the cost?
The update's free.
Really?
Yeah, it's just an update for the game. It's just new characters they're releasing.
And what was the best part about it, did you think?
Alibi, however you want to pronounce it. Her clones are hilarious. Maestro's fun and all, but I definitely don't get the same satisfaction as tricking people with 3 clones of myself and then popping out and stabbing them in the face.
You got to put yourself up, because I think people think we're like idiots sitting there if they're not hearing us.
That sucks.
That sucks.
They should be listening then. You can
Maybe
hear my
they're
voice.
not. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not.
Well, that's their
I
problem.
know you are, but what am I?
Come on, Dylan. We want to see you.
So, okay.
I don't
So,
wanna see me, though.
that was pretty good. It's a very slow show tonight. We need our girls. Our women are not here to keep us going and keep us on track. That's what it is. We're guys.
Let's stop
Squirrel.
with your phones
Oh, look at the
and
pretty cat.
laptops
Squirrel, where?
Yep. So, is this strictly a PC game, or is this?
No, it's PC and console. Though the consoles are rolling out a different day. I think you guys get them Friday. So today, I believe.
So today.
Yeah.
So for me.
I'm sorry. It's Australia's consoles specifically are getting them today. The rest of the world, you guys should have gotten it by midnight last night.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
when you woke up this morning, it should have been properly updated. They were doing it by region and by server region, so it was a little weird. Because I don't think we got ours until like 11 a.m.
Game looks fun.
It does
Pick
look
it up
fun.
and play it.
It's a ton of fun. I prefer playing it on PC, but it's kind of it's a pick your poison thing.
Mike Sims says it's a good day to die.
It's a good
Yes.
day to die. Not when you have clones. Ha! Clones take it for you.
Hey, Mark, what's up, buddy? Mark Muncie's watching. Love that dude.
Easy peasy. Yeah, the game was a lot of fun. It's nice to see Siege come back from what it started as, because when it started, it was really, really rough on release. It looked nothing like the trailers they had shown. It looked very buggy, glitchy. It was just all around bad. And which sucks, because they made a really pretty cinematic trailer of like weather effects and them like busting into a house to save a hostage and whatnot, and it looked super, super cool. And everyone's like, "Oh my god!" And then when the open beta came out, everyone's like, "What?" Woo!
It's $1.
Got me $1.
Oh,
Yeah.
where that came from.
Yeah,
I do.
knew.
Your phone.
Yes.
I have the levels back here to prove it.
We can run that. We can run that
Yeah,
again if you want.
we need
Can you
to.
back that footage up real quick?
That's free.
That's free.
That's all mine.
So,
yeah, no, the game is a lot of fun. I suggest people, if you want to go pick it up, I would say the problem is the game definitely it has a learning curve, as most games do. When you come into a game in which people have already established the play style, they've already established how to play, and they stuck around for the long haul. They've been around since the beginning, and they realized, this game could be good. I'm going to stick with it, just in case it does become really good. Well, this game became really good. Took a little while, but it's there now. So when you come into the game new,
thanks, Mark.
people are obviously going to quite literally just kick your ass. You're not going to win your first few matches. You're going to have to learn the game. Once you start to learn the game, you'll get a lot better at the game.
Okay.
But then the more you learn it, the more fun you have. You just have to take the time to actually learn the game all the way through. Otherwise, you're going to definitely struggle.
Yeah.
But joining when new operators come out is a great time, because most of the time you can get away with playing and having some fun, because people are new. They're new to the maps and they're new to the new operators. So you're basically just about as new as they are, except for some of the old stuff that, you have to pay attention for.
Right.
But the community is. I say it's a good coin toss, 50-50. You have like a 50% chance of finding at least one person in your match that is kind enough to help you out and teach you. And I've made friends that are just kind of, when I first started, they're like, oh yeah, you need to look out for here for specifically. And they played a bunch of games with me, and they, kind of showed me the ropes. It was nice. It was definitely a good experience to play.
Okay. I get it. So you're telling me I should get back, because I know we got the game for our PS.
No.
PS?
You do
Yeah.
not. Nope.
Well, who-
You have Ghost Recon by Ubisoft. Also a
that's
Ubisoft
right.
game, but not Siege, no.
I guess I'm gonna have to go get it.
We all should get it and just stream one night.
All right.
You want to see me die and die and die?
Well, that's
again?
me. I'm
Okay.
like, so I was talking to a lady today that runs 3 hearing clinics, and she knew we did Nerd Talk, and she goes, so what games do you play? I said, I don't play games because I'm trying to get back into it, but I get seasick real easy from playing the games. And she goes, oh, that means your hearing's going.
Really?
Yeah, because what happens is it's like vertigo when your balance is bad. That's because your ears are. She goes, you need to come in and let me check that.
Oh, wow.
So
Look at that.
yep.
Saved your life.
Tinnitus.
Saved your life.
Or tinnitus, however people say it. So I'm like, okay.
Fucking Australia. Thank you. Yeah, Deena, exactly.
I know. Yeah, I saw that.
Thanks,
oh, and by the
Australia.
way, Freaky Florida is September 10th. Woohoo!
Release date for Freaky Florida. That is his new.
Yep.
His new content.
He should put a little more on there so we know what's going on. Mark.
Fill me in, buddy.
Fill me in, buddy. Put it on there so people can see it, bro.
Bruh. Yeah.
So, okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to let him cue up the interview with Alex because it went pretty stinking good. And I'll just let everybody know this is an edited piece. We're not live on it. And Hunter Ginn from Tech Warped did the editing on it because Boss Tech did not have time.
So if it looks bad, it's all on him.
It's all Hunter's fault. Just blame Hunter. Alex, we love you, bro. And, you know, we want to make you happy. But, you know, I want to get this for the show because, and then we'll probably play it. We'll get it on Facebook and on our site as well to let it keep rolling.
Everyone feel free to leave what you think about it in the comments.
Yeah, you know what? Everybody tell us how well Hunter did on
right
this
there. He
edit.
posted a heart. You know, you can just type right to him. It'll be fun.
Yes.
It'll be great.
We want him to feel the love or the hate. Whichever one it is. So go ahead, Dillon, roll that
The
footage.
hate will make him work harder.
Yeah.
All right, hey guys, we are here with Alex from Metrocon. Say hi.
Hi. Hello.
All right, so we're going to ask you a couple questions about the convention coming up because we have the con coming up July 19th to the 22nd, correct?
Yep.
Awesome. So are you excited?
Yeah. We're all excited. We're in kind of that crunch phase right now. That last month for us is always super busy. So this is we start to get excited. Like, we're all anime fans. We're all video game fans. So the closer we get, you know, we all start off going to Metrocon before we work there. So we're really just as excited as anybody else is.
Awesome. Well, definitely appreciate you taking the time to come see us. All right.
Yeah,
so
no problem.
Mike, you want to start us off with our first question?
Yeah, first question. Originally, y'all were a three-day convention, and what were the challenges when you went to 4 days?
Honestly, probably the hardest thing was making sure that fourth day is worth it. There's a lot of conventions that expand out to 4 days, and I can't even necessarily say we were successful the first year we tried. We were really conservative. We started kind of at like 3 or 4 in the afternoon on that Thursday, and we wanted to wait to build that up. So we had to have enough content to fill that 4th day. And we're an entirely volunteer staff, we're an entirely volunteer cast, so we, you know, convincing people to do more than they're already doing. It mostly was just waiting until somebody had an idea they fell in love with enough that they wanted to put it on, and then we were like, oh great, we have an extra day, we have time to do that now. Let's bring it to fans, let's do it. So yeah, that was probably the hardest part.
Well, it seems like it's really paying off. Metrocon has really expanded a lot in the last 5 years, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We, you know, in the last 5 years, we've probably just about doubled our attendance. I know it's probably since about 2011 or 2012. I know we've doubled our attendance in the last few years, and you know, we started taking up probably something like 600,000 square feet at the convention center. We book the whole center now. We have both halls upstairs, and we just, you know, we try to dump as much of our energy as we can back into the event every year, and we want people to come out and have a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember when the vendor's room was downstairs in that little small section. Now it takes up an entire ballroom. If you guys have ever been to the Tampa Convention Center, it is just this massive ballroom upstairs that's just the vendor room, and they still have their main events in the second ballroom. So to see you guys take over the whole center is a huge growth.
Well, and a lot of it also had to do just with comfort level, because we hit a point where we had these thousands of people coming over the weekend, and they were in that.
It was so crowded downstairs. Everybody's bumping in and everything.
And you can have the coolest stuff in the world, but if you can't see any of it and you can't breathe the oxygen in the room, it makes it a less than enjoyable.
That's why I like being upstairs, because you got room to walk and look at everything. It's not so crowded.
And the con funk gets to disperse a little.
Yeah, it kind of lets the Febreze funnel into the room a little easier. It's nice.
Exactly. So I know we have quite a few guests that are coming up to Metrocon. So what are some of the guests we can expect to see this year?
Well, we're really excited. We did just recently get to talk about bringing Scott McNeil back, and Scott McNeil has been a staple of the convention forever. This is his home con. We love having him as the voice of.
He's only missed, what, one time?
Yeah, he missed one time, and he's been so busy filming and recording and doing things that he had a really hard time getting out for the last few years, or at least booking in advance. So we were super excited to get him back. His voice of Piccolo. He was Duo on Gundam Wing. He's like kind of my childhood, certainly, as like a 12-year-old boy watching Toonami.
Scott's one of the nicest people, because even he'll be walking around the convention floor and people will just walk up to him and he's like, oh, sign autographs, do photos, just walking around.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like one of the most down-to-earth people there is.
We do have a handful of new guests. One of them I'm particularly excited about. We do have Jason Marsden in this year, which he was the voice of Haku in Spirited Away. But also, oddly, was the voice of Max in the Goofy movies, which, like, there's a weird crossover in people that love the Goofy movies and people that love anime. I don't know if it's just the right age bracket, right? But
no, actually, it's weird. I've seen an increase of Powerline cosplays and people doing eye to eye as they're walking around the con floor.
And they did that at the D23 Expo a couple years back. They did the big Powerline concert, and so there's all this crossover now, and it's super cool to see. He's going to get as much recognition for this Miyazaki role as he is for this Disney role.
Yeah, which I guess they're both technically Disney, so it kind of works.
Yeah, they are now. That's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah, so another thing we definitely want to talk about is we have a plethora of shows that you guys do at Metrocon, so definitely wanted to talk about that. So we'll start off with the chess match, since that is the biggest pull that has been an ongoing tradition for you guys. Yeah,
absolutely. Probably something like 12 years ago, maybe more now. We were in contact with some guys who'd done the Renaissance Festival forever and the Medieval Fair down in Sarasota and all these things, and they kind of came up with this idea to do the, what could we do that human chess match concept with anime and video game characters, and it's all choreographed stage combat, it's all very high intensity, high action martial arts, and I think that kind of like live stage show martial arts has that kind of theme park presentation that we want, and that's always what we've tried to do. Like we don't want to just make another convention. We don't want to make another shopping mall, right? And honestly, Amazon and the internet has just shattered a lot of the things that vendors used to be able to sell easily. So we really want to create more of an experience, and part of it was things like the chess match. It's a 40 or 50 person cast with live steel weapons, and we want people to come away with something they can't get anywhere else. That was our goal, and I like to think we're getting close, at least. So.
Yeah, chess match each year is amazing.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. I fought in the show for years and helped direct it for years, and I've kind of changed gears now, mostly because myself and my business partner Nick used to direct the show together, and the con got big enough that we couldn't both be busy at the same time. One of us had to be on the floor on radio. Oh, hey, okay, we need an owner over here. Right. So I started focusing on, we have a live fire breathing show, right? It's all fire breathing, fire spinning, which is all kind of inspired by like the traditional Samoan stuff. We have the masquerade, which is more interactive. We have a dance show, we have a comedy show. Like we've really just tried to add more entertainment as often as we can.
Yeah, and you've actually brought some of these live steel weapons you were talking about and other props. So let's
absolutely.
This.
So this is kind of a fun experiment. So in 2006, I started doing the chess match, and it was all Death Note themed, and our props budget was zero. So this is actually one of my college textbooks wrapped in black duct tape with Death Note written on it in silver Sharpie, and we threw this around. This is my moves list from the show that year, because I was playing the king and I had to call the moves. And as we actually got a budget and started moving on, this is actually from when I played Heathcliff in Sword Art Online. These are all super, I don't want to like bang it against anything. This was made by a guy named Chris Fields over at Sterling Armory. He does reproduction weapons, he does martial arts weapons, and like you can see, it's...
Yeah, definitely takes two hands.
Yeah, it's kind of an animal. And then we actually scaled up. This was one of my new favorite toys from last year. Last year's Masquerade was Psychopaths themed, right? Super popular anime. So we got these.
We need this on Nerd Talk
awesome guys, right? And we ended up with these transforming Dominator guns that.
Oh my God, it talks.
Yeah, right.
It's amazing.
It's super cool, and I loved it. Right? I wonder if I can make it do it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It does a bunch of cool stuff, and like.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Right? So we kind of leveled up. I gotta make it stop talking now.
No, this is its spotlight now.
There it goes. Okay.
So talk about the shows. How long does it take to prepare for the shows?
Yeah, well, we do auditions usually in January or February, and we start workshops. Several of the shows have workshops because we train our performers for 5 to 6 weeks before we start rehearsals. So we've got about 5 or 6 weeks of training, and then we start the actual rehearsals, and then it's 10 or 11 weeks of actual training. So yeah, give or take, it's about 4 months, and that's not including writing and preparing and doing all that stuff. And then there's some video shoots for prequel stuff to try and get people hyped up before the show. So yeah, I would have to guess at least 4 months probably of rehearsal time, and that's for a cast of about 100 people.
Wow. Yeah, because what you guys have up to, is it 4 or 5 shows now? Like
Chess Masquerade, Star Party, Rhythm City Chronicles, Fire Show, Metro Night Live, 6.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So that's everything from like comedy improv actors to fire spinners, ballroom dancers, break dancers, combat fighters, martial artists, like every kind of talent.
Yeah, and a lot of people come in with their own skills, obviously. Like I can't teach somebody how to break dance in 6 weeks, mostly because I don't know how to break dance. But mostly what we're teaching, you know, stage awareness and physicality and movement for the stage and things like that, and how to be safe while you're doing these things. But a lot of people come in with these amazing skills. There's something weird in like the Tampa water, because there's just this weird concentration of incredible martial artists and like stage magicians and dancers and pretty much anything you could think of. If there's a performer that you want for something, there are a ton of them in Tampa.
Yeah, absolutely. So that brings us to the next thing. If you guys ever want to audition for Metrocon shows, they do have open auditions. You don't have to have these kind of backgrounds. They have everything from stage roles to like backstage hand roles. I myself have done it before too, and I was a comedy actor dancer, which was a really weird combo for me, but anyone can do it. So not this year because it's already in the works, but next year. You guys normally do it around the winter, like late winter?
Yeah, January, February was usually when we do it. We do it for 2 weekends, and we always post it all over our social media. We post it pretty much anywhere you can post things.
Another question we have, Artist Alley used to be out in the main hallway area. Now recently I've seen y'all put it in the dealer's room. Why was that changed?
So there's a couple of reasons we decided to do that. First of all, as we expanded and got bigger, the convention center actually required us to put registration up on the second floor mezzanine where Artist Alley used to be. Registration used to be downstairs in a room.
Well, I know first time 10 years ago when I went, registration was upstairs originally too.
Correct. One of the benefits to actually having the whole center rented out is we're guaranteed to get both sides of that. That didn't used to be a thing. When we used to just rent one side of the hall, we would only get half of that area, and now that we've gotten to a certain capacity and some other conventions have come in there and kind of really pushed the capacity limits, they wanted us to have registration up there. And then second was, we've ended up a couple of times where Artist Alley was like this no man's land where we couldn't really police it particularly well for policy violations or for shoplifting or things like that. And then the artists had to pack all their stuff up and take it with them back to the hotel at the end of the night, or just leave it out in the open where anyone could get to it. We actually, a couple of years ago, we had an incident where, I don't know if you remember, there was a weekend where there was like a tropical storm coming through and it was Metrocon weekend. Yeah. And anytime somebody would come in those glass doors that are just outside of where Artist Alley used to be, that front row of artists was just getting blown over.
Oh no.
So yeah. Yeah, I mean, it mostly was to make it more safe, more secure, and yeah, to just try and condense our merchants all into one space.
Another question, how late are the hours normally for the con? Do you have stuff going on all night?
Yeah, so events run at the convention at least until about 1 or 2 a.m. The rave itself runs till 2 a.m. on Thursday night and runs till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday night. And then we start at 10 a.m. every morning. So we pretty much run for just about 18 hours every day except Sunday when we finish up right around 6 o'clock.
Which is a lot of content, because a couple other conventions I've been going to, they will close by about 6 o'clock, which makes sense for the staff, but as a con goer, it really does kind of impede on the whole experience as a convention.
Right, and you know, you're spending your money on this trip, you're spending your money on your cosplay, and you know, we always felt like you could go sit in a hotel room with your friends anywhere. Like, it's super fun to do it at an anime con, and it does happen. Like, we've all done that. We've all been to the room parties and stuff like that, but we just want to have the option for people to be able to stay and enjoy that content if they want to.
Absolutely. Did you have another one?
No.
Okay, we'll go on.
I just went blank.
So, yeah. So we do have the convention coming up really soon. So tickets still available?
Yes, absolutely. We have, the convention is July 19th through the 22nd. We have tickets available online. It's www.metroconventions.com. Or you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. We're at Team Dynamite Florida, at Team Dynamite FL. Sorry, I have to be very specific. We're not on Instagram because we're 10 years out of date and losers, but we're working on it. We're getting there.
Is it cheaper to buy tickets now online and wait until last minute?
Yes, absolutely. You can save, I think, something like $10 off on pretty much any of the $5 to $10 off on any of the tickets right now, and it's a shorter line to pick them up. And if you pre-register a 4-day pass right now, you can actually show up on Wednesday night, get your tickets early, and be squared away and done with the whole thing by the time the convention starts on Thursday.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know if going back to the ticket sales, are the VIP options still open, or is that already?
No, we do actually have, I think we have like 100 VIP passes left, maybe a little under. I think we've got like a handful of them left. And the VIP tickets are awesome. They get you early access to almost every event. They get you exclusive access to autograph signings before everybody else. And they can be added to any ticket. So we went away from doing strict VIP passes by themselves and did a VIP upgrade. So let's say you're coming on Saturday and you want the VIP access, you can still buy the VIP upgrade. You can
just do VIP just for the one day and not.
And then even then the VIP upgrade is still good for the whole weekend. So like hook up with somebody who's just coming on Friday and split the cost of the VIP and just pass it off somewhere in the middle. Like, we're totally cool with that. The VIP upgrade's good for all 4 days. I don't care if there's 3 of you using it on 3 different days, as long as 3 of you aren't using it at the same time. Yeah. Like, we're gold, man. We really try to do that. It's the same reason we introduced we do a 4-pack discount when we offer 4 tickets gets you an even further discount from the pre-reg price, because we want you to bring your friends. We offer an active military discount. So if you're an active military member, we give you a discount off prices. We also donated something like 120 weekend passes this year to veterans through an organization called VetTix. So if you're a veteran, you can go onto the VetTix website and claim these passes completely for free. Wow. So we really want to make this event accessible, especially to people who have solidly put their time in giving us the opportunity to put on events like this. But to your actual question, yes, VIP passes are still available.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, it's all good information, because I didn't even know about the military thing at all.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I do have one more question. It just popped up. For guest signing, I know y'all normally give a little ticket out, guarantees everybody a free autograph. That's still happening and everything?
That is a very classic Metrocon thing that we didn't want to get rid of, even as we got bigger. Each of our celebrities that we have at the show has been guaranteed to sign at least 1 autograph on an item you provide for free. So that first autograph is free of charge for all of our guests. Some of the guests don't even charge for their second or third autograph.
Scott McNeil.
Scott will, if you bring Scott a stack of DBZ comics, he will flip through every page and sign the Piccolo's face on every single frame. That dude is gold.
Scott's panels are awesome.
And I'm really excited to get him in contact with some of the new folks like J. Michael Tatum and Jamie Marchi, who I have not seen him interact with before, because I've seen some of their panels on video, and I'm thrilled to watch them interact. I think it's going to be a riot.
Oh,
definitely have to check those panels out.
One other thing I definitely want to check up on is, I know last year I got to do the VIP experience, and I got this cool T-shirt for free.
Yeah.
It was No Flutter that designed it, and that was the theme of the year. They have the mascots, as you can see on here, and Metrocon always has a theme for the year. What's this year's theme?
So this year's theme is Guardians versus Invaders.
Oh, very cool.
It's kind of we try to make our theme something that's a little bit of an archetype or a trope in anime and video games, and this year we wanted to go the classic, right, the stalwart bastion of defense and the invading evil something or other that's in everything. And No Flutter actually did our art design again. She's a Florida artist, which I love working with other Florida geeks, and obviously, and she's an incredibly talented artist. I love when people cosplay her art and get to see it brought to life, so it's interesting to do it in reverse, where they design the costumes first, and then No Flutter gets to do this super elaborate artwork around it.
Oh yeah, no, her work is fantastic. Every time I see it, I'm always just to the floor, like, it's amazing.
Right.
She's a guest this year too, isn't she?
Correct. Yep, she'll be in the Artist Alley again this year.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited to see that. And I know if you interact with the mascots, they do have little bits that they have prepared sometimes. Like, I remember one time it was the Outlaws versus the Authority or something.
Yeah, the Agents versus Outlaws here.
Yes. And I remember that I was held hostage by one of the Outlaws.
Yep. Yeah, they love to play, and again, it's that theme park experience. We want to get that. We want to get those characters out and doing those things and getting you like the opportune selfie moment and having those things. You're going to tell that was Agents and Outlaws was 2012. It's 6 years later, and that memory still stands out for you. Like, I love hearing that. That's the coolest thing about this job.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think we all have, if everyone has been to a Metrocon or a lot of people who are local to Florida, you have Metrocon experiences. I know this was one of my first major anime conventions. My first ever was MegaCon, but that was directly following was Metro. And I can still tell you crazy things that have happened since that first time. I was only 16 at the time for that first one, and it's just, I think you've said you've been going for a while
Metro,
too.
when I moved to Tampa, that was actually the first convention in Tampa I went to.
Oh, awesome.
One of my friends was like, oh, check out this anime. I'm like, I don't know anything about anime. He's like, trust me, you'll have fun. First year, I'm like, okay, I don't know these costumes, but cool. Second year, I'm like, let's go back, and just kept going back every year.
Awesome.
And
Yeah, that's the year that I could never hear the Red Robin's thing.
Yep.
And,
Oh, Red
it
Robin.
changed my life forever. Every time the commercial goes on, I'm like,
there's always one of those. There's always a couple years back, it was everyone was doing the caramel dancing. Right?
Yeah.
oh
that was
my
a thing.
gosh, yeah.
last year was a Take On Me.
Yeah,
Everybody doing that
Take On
dance,
Me.
running around.
Yep. No, it's good stuff.
Yeah, I think this year I'm going to predict it. It's going to be the Yeet.
Oh,
Everyone's
it's
gonna-
already, our cast is already doing it.
Good,
Every
good.
time we're out and we rehearse in a warehouse, so it's about 1,000 degrees. And every time literally any of them finishes their drink, it's empty, yeet, and throws it at somebody. And I'm expecting to confiscate a lot of empty water bottles.
Oh gosh, well thank you so much for giving us your time this week. Again guys, remember Metrocon coming up really soon. We have it on July 19th to the 22nd. Get your tickets. We told you where to get them on the website. Thanks so much for stopping in. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Thanks, bye.
So that was pretty good. I'm excited to go.
I can't wait.
We got press passes, so we're going to be there.
Convention's fun.
Yep.
Yes.
I cannot. It's going to be. It'll be my first time there, even though Nerd Talk said they've been
Yeah,
there
that
for
was
10
me
years
that was
because
commenting.
you're one of our admins. So, I'm kind of excited about going.
My first
So-
time going, I didn't know anything about anime, so it was real different for me going because I didn't know anything. And I'm like, what's that? What's that? What's that? And my friend's like explaining all the outfits and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's how I got hooked on Death Note too.
Here's something funny. So 2 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, I was big into Loot Crate. So we were getting the Loot Crate and Loot Crate DX, and then we had a DX coming in for the studio, and then we would do an unboxing. We may start that back up again. A lot of people liked it, but somehow, some way, I got signed up for an anime Loot Crate box, which I didn't pay for, but it just kept coming. So I just kept
Can't argue
opening
with
up.
that.
I got all
you
kind
go.
of stuff around here from anime that I have no
I saw
idea
one
what
in
it
the
was.
office back there, still in the box. I'm like, it's from anime. I just want this one.
Take it, because I have no idea what it is. Some of it's very cool, but the thing that they always give you those little bitty charms.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do I do with these? I mean, I'm not gonna put them on my phone. And
No, actually, there's charms now. There's a little backpack called Lolita Bag. They're cute little like vinyl backpacks with a clear thing on the back, and girls are now putting the charms, hanging them in there because you can see them. It's really popular at conventions
yeah,
now.
I'm not gonna do that either.
No.
I definitely.
But you'll see cosplays from popular anime shows to the obscure anime shows. So a little bit of everything.
So Deena says yeet.
Yeah.
Why? You did good. I'm very proud of you.
So I know where you were going with that story.
Okay, go ahead. Good. Where was I going?
You were going to talk about when the Death Note thing popped up.
Oh yeah, so here I am. I'm in the back switching, and he brought up this Death Note notebook, right? And it was too funny. I had just taken my shoes off because I'm sitting back there and I'm relaxed. I'm trying to switch everything, and I look down and I had my Death Note socks on, and I got that from an anime
The anime box.
box.
There you
Which
go.
is funny because after the interview, you come running out and you're like, "Look at my socks!" and just
There's
holding
some
your feet
animes
up.
on there. And because of that Loot Crate box, Dylan explained to me what Death Note was. So I bought the books and I've started reading them. They're pretty good.
That's where you got
That's the
into
first
it. huh?
anime I started watching.
And then I started watching the Japanese version, not the
the movie, the Japanese movie, or the
anime.
Yeah,
Right. So with the subtitles.
Yeah.
So
The
I like
actual
it.
Japanese movies are good too.
Are they?
Yeah, just don't watch the American one.
So why? Okay, tell me why. Why not?
They changed the characters' names, like Light Yagami became Light, some American last name like Smith or something. Misa became Maya.
it became like, okay, well, what he's talking about is they revamped it to change it to America, right? Instead.
The word would be whitewashing it.
Yeah, like then it was done by Netflix. It was done terribly.
But there's one good thing about the movie: the voice of Ryuk, William Dafoe.
Yeah, it's William Dafoe. That's who everyone wanted to be Ryuk. And so the fact they got that, they're like, awesome. And then they, screwed the pooch. And it's like, well, good job, guys. You failed. You didn't.
You failed.
You didn't come close.
Really?
I was gonna say you tried.
And how they killed Light in that version. Oh no.
It was that bad.
Or Misa.
Metrocon is going to rock.
It is going to rock. So we're going to show you some.
I can't hear Dylan talk.
So we're gonna.
It's fine.
Dylan, are you sure?
I hear him.
I don't hear
Just
him.
because we hear him doesn't mean he's on the stream.
Yeah, they all hear me too.
Okay, so let's show some of the last year images of Metrocon.
Yeah.
Guys.
And you know what? And we don't know this for sure yet, and I'm not going to say it, but there could be some good news coming from us about Metrocon.
I went ahead and
not to throw Alex under the bus, but you know.
Oh man!
Cough.
So I named this best cosplay. Wonder why?
That is that the mask I have right here?
No.
No, that's the real one.
Actually, good mask.
That's actually a good
Not
mask.
a plastic one.
Wow, that is just cold, man. I mean, jeez.
Just being honest.
Okay, so show us some more.
Yeah, I'm tabbing through them.
And these are cosplay in Tampa Bay's photos.
Yeah, these are all my photos.
Yeah, these
here.
are all of.
Oh wait a minute. So hold on a second. So let's go back. Let's go back. I want you to show the one picture that Eddie says we have to show for MegaCon.
Oh, that
the
was
Wasp.
MegaCon. Hold on.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna.
You're jumping. You're
it's my bad.
Throwing me for a loop.
Throwing me
here,
for a
but
loop.
that's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
This is the one he wanted to show. Hold on. This is the one he wanted to show off.
Yeah, that's Evelyn 13. If you follow her.
Did we
interviewed her. You did an interview with her.
This is not the one. This is not the one where there's any.
Yeah, let's not talk about that this week.
Oh no! Do we have that picture?
No.
Do we have that picture?
We don't have the picture.
We don't.
No.
We don't.
I might have the picture.
I'm sorry. You want to tell me one more time what I do and don't have?
Let's get back on topic
Let's see
of
what we got.
Metrocon.
So this was
Hello,
kind of.
Miss Allison.
Oh. So we will play this interview next week.
Then we'll tell the story next week. Oh, I won't be here next week.
Oh, that's even
even better.
Hey, it's a Michael roast.
You got it.
Michael roast.
The roast of Michael.
Let me tell you how about an interview goes. Should never go.
No.
I know nobody follows you, but
I said I don't know
if anybody follows you, but
one of the most famous cosplayers
it didn't mean come out like
in
that.
modern times, and I don't know if anybody follows you, but
well done, truly well done. You know, she'll never come on for a show now. Probably won't want to do interviews with us anymore. That's all on you, buddy.
Hey, so Hong, is it Hong? I hope it's Hong. If I mess your name up, I am so sorry. It will be my first. I normally go to Comic-Con in San Diego.
San Diego.
So I guess she's coming. That's awesome, girl.
right.
We love that, man. That's
Find us.
awesome.
We'll have the WeBeam or North
hey,
shorts.
look, Deena will be in studio next Friday,
Yay.
taking Michael's place. This is going to be a full-on roast, bro.
There we go.
He's not even here to defend himself.
Nope.
And Hunter won't be here, so he won't be able.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm 100% positive I can get him to Skype in.
Yes.
Edward
Take
said
me
he's
like
got your back.
30 seconds.
So we have 30 seconds?
No, I said it'll take me like 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, especially about the sleeping arrangements.
And we got some photos of that too.
Yes, we do, bro. Oh, we've got next week is like this is what happens when you don't show up for a show.
Hunter said he'll Skype for that.
Hunter said he'll Skype in.
Yes,
30 seconds. Boom.
That'll be good. That'll be good.
Freaking awesome.
All right, can we go back to the Metrocon?
Okay, so we're going back to the Metrocon. Let's see some more of the images there, Dill.
Sure. So those just a few of the cosplays. Now we're gonna go into the Fight Tang show that he showed me. Give me just.
Give him a second. Hey, Mama Tech's watching now.
All right.
She must have just got a walk. She must got a.
So that's the cast of the fighters, and I have one of the. So there's a lot of these on Cosplay Tampa Bay. So I went and grabbed my favorite ones, and I thought this one where Daredevil's doing a freaking spin kick in the air.
I don't know if you got the one of Thanos in there.
I'm like, ooh, no, it's not.
Thanos that's in there is Kevin from Waypoint.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe we.
Yeah, that's right. You said something earlier, but it was after I had grabbed images. Then we have the. Then we have images of the rave.
Zoe Van West and her husband Rob.
And then the second image that he had me grab.
Oh, this just became my favorite photo of the whole rave.
Why?
Just how the laser lights came out. Just one of my favorite ones.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Lasers, man.
Hello, Mama Tech.
So yeah, that's what we have from. That's just a few of the images that I grabbed. Obviously, there's more on Cosplay Tampa Bay and more to be grabbed that are going to be shared out and whatnot. That of course have been there. We're going to of course get more while we are there.
Absolutely.
So Nicholas, yes, we should definitely do Party in the Hall. What that is, last year, he had a giant boombox downstairs on the bottom floor playing music.
Every year.
Every year, yeah, he does that. And there was Congo lines going, people dancing like crazy. It was like a big house party down there.
Conga lines. Isn't that a Deadpool thing?
Yeah.
No. I mean, like,
And
Or
King
Deadpool
Konga.
and Spider-Man. Seems like they all get involved with a big line.
Somehow, yes.
I don't know. Those Spider-Man. Oh, you guys weren't there for that. Oh my God, it was okay. So we were just leaving MegaCon, right? And as we were walking out, this one guy, like we see, like there's a group of Spider-Man all sitting on the ground, looking exhausted. They've all got their masks off and whatnot, but they're still in their suits. Some guy walks up and goes, "Hey, Spider-Man, let's see you all do this." And he does this like super acrobatic, like triple back spring flip, spinning through the air. Just does it and then just kind of starts walking away. And they're all like, they all start clapping. He goes, "That wasn't for you." And points to the girl next to him. "That was for her." And then walks away. And
Yes,
they're also
that was
like,
done.
"Aw." It was great. It was such a fun experience. It was outside of MegaCon too. We were like out in the big open area because there's no one out and everyone it's by the exits. It was like the most random moment. We laughed really, really hard seeing all 15 Spider-Man all just collectively go, "Aww." It was a hell of a time.
All right, so the one thing that we said we'd talk about next week, or last week, was going to talk about Spawn.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So
Jamie Foxx is now going to be Spawn.
So here, there's some give and takes with that.
let's put our 4 up. If you have that ready, let's go our 4 up so we can
don't
all.
have the 4 up.
Oh man.
Oh, we do have the 4 up. Never mind, I lied. We have 2 of them.
There we go.
So there's we only have a few minutes, so we have to kind of hurry this one along. Man, it's a coin flip because Jamie Foxx does one of 2 things: really, really good roles or really, really shitty roles, and there's no in between.
But he's small to be Spawn. He's not a big guy.
That's fine. The thing is we can always beef him up. That's not that big of it. That's not that big of a deal.
So steroids are for.
I was watching. No, I mean they did an interview with Josh.
They'll
Brolin,
make him look good.
Yeah,
like, between him when he did Cable and Thanos, and he's like watching the Avengers get into their suits. He's like, that's when they looked ripped. He's like, but when you go to DC movies, they're all just look like that. He's like, they're all super toned, super buff. He's like watching Ryan Reynolds squeeze into that suit. He's like, there's no muscles in that suit pre-built. It's like, no, that's him. That's 100% Reynolds right there. And I'm like, that's a fair point. With Jamie Foxx, like, yeah, he'd have to beef up a bit, and I'd probably have to put some stuff in the suit to help him.
Well, isn't Jamie Foxx doing something on?
Yeah, he's doing something
13, or is it no? Beat Shazam or something like that. I mean,
Hey,
he looks pretty good on there.
If he wants to walk out completely shredded for Spawn, I'm down.
But McFarlane did say he's not going to do an origin story. He doesn't want the story
sure.
of how he becomes Spawn.
Why not? That's the best. That's the best part.
He's going to roll right into it.
I think people are tired of seeing origin stories for people.
Well, I know. Okay, you know what?
Which is unfortunate.
Okay, I don't disagree with that.
Now, here's the problem, though. We're tired of seeing origin stories for the same damn people. I don't want to see Batman for the 4th time. I don't want to see Superman for the 4th time.
We all know
For
how
someone
they
like
become.
Spawn, who I haven't seen yet, or haven't seen in quite a few years, I wouldn't have minded an origin story for him.
Okay.
It goes in the same thing of we were fine
That's
with
fair.
Deadpool's origin story. That was okay. It wasn't overdone because it was someone we hadn't been introduced to properly yet. The problem is we had seen Batman's origin story in every movie, and then in Batman vs Superman again. They're like, so here's a flashback, by the way, in case you forgot. It's like, no. We remember he's an orphan whose billionaire parents got shot, and then he lived in luxury for the rest of his life. No. We remember that just fine.
Okay.
We know Superman's planet blew up. Got it. Saw it in the first 2 movies. Don't need a recap. But for people like Spawn, Deadpool, Deathstroke, you don't know anything about them. So if they're gonna get their own movie, I do think they should get an origin. But you know.
So so the last guy that played Spawn was
Michael J. White.
and he was a martial artist.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx is not. I mean, I know he's done action stuff, but
not martial art stuff. So.
I just don't know.
It'll be interesting to see.
It'll be, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to not watch it because I like Spawn, but
I'm gonna watch it regardless.
you know, I've never been a real.
Now, did you see Kevin's?
Yeah, congratulations, Kevin. It's from Waypoint 6. They were on Sci-Fi Network's Sci-Fi Wire page. We are the number 5 on the list of geekiest bars across America and Canada.
That is awesome.
And Canada.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, because we only have a minute and 2 minutes. Nicholas, the trailer for Axel. Yeah, I went and took a look at it. It's something. It could be. It could be. Well, it's
something.
It's a really weird. It's a different concept, but it feels like a Transformers movie kind of concept. To sum it up, I can sum it up in 30 seconds. Robot dog finds by punk dirt bike kid. Punk dirt bike kid bonds with the dog. Dog and him become inseparable. Original company that owns dog wants dog back.
Yeah.
Like it's a very simple 4-plot kind of film.
Oh, I
mentioned
saw.
Transformers.
Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Dog's a weaponized project, by the way.
Yeah, I've seen.
We
Yeah,
want
I've
it
seen.
back. And they're like, oh, you can't separate a boy and his dog. I'm like, that's not a dog. I'm gonna bring that. That's a military project. That thing has a self-detonating nuke built into its ass. Like, if that thing scratches its ass the wrong way, suddenly we're missing a city.
Dylan, did you see the Bumblebee trailer?
I did. Now that looks fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Seeing
you
him
seen it
roll
yet?
around
No.
as
Haven't
the
seen it
bug.
yet.
There's a Bumblebee trailer that dropped a few days ago.
We'll have to pull that for next week and talk about that because that's
okay.
so
With
much
John
fun.
Cena in the movie.
All right, I don't really
But
care
you
about that
can't see
point.
him.
But the point being is,
You just lost me there.
Bumblebee is
No, I'm
back
just kidding.
driving around as a bug. You know,
Okay.
All right.
it's super cool. So we're in the last 25 seconds of the show now.
All right. Well, next week will be Roast Michael
Rose Michael.
because he
Yes,
ain't going to be
absolutely.
here to defend
I
himself.
have plenty of material for that
I'll
too.
be at a
Oh,
concert.
that's easy peasy.
You know, we can
Enjoying a
always
few
have
drinks.
him. We can always have VMix call in.
Yeah,
and,
good.
you know, and
From the concert.
We'll let you defend
Well, I don't
yourself.
think concert starts till like 8. So
see, yeah.
So, guys, that's it for the week. We'll see you all next
Bye.
week.
See you next week.
All right, see ya.
guys.
Bye.